Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So today's adventure is brought to you by my childhood home and the boxes in my basement and nostalgia. This week I've been kind of bored and I was just sort of like looking around like what should I do to stay busy? And I thought maybe we could play a board game or something. So I went down into the basement and opened the closet. And what I actually discovered was this. A lot of things had to line up in order for me to be able to make this dream a reality of busting out my DDR moves. And the first was we got a PS2. It was out, but it wasn't hooked into the wall. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just plug it in. But the plug was missing. So I was like, well, that's the end. I'm not going to be able to do this if there's no plug. And then I was like, you know what, Elena, you've got time. Like, look around for it. And I actually ended up finding it in a box. It was like the first box I opened, the first plug I touched. So I was like, the universe is telling me that this needs to happen. So I got it all hooked up. I had the mat. And then I was like, great, all I need is the game. So I went upstairs to where we keep all of our Wii games, which is like the more, I guess, modern, advanced system to have than a PS2. And we had our old CTR PS2 game there, but no DDR. So I was like, oh, well, that's it. Like, the dream ends here. But then I was like, you know what? I'll just plug the PS2 in and see if it's working, plug the mat in, see if the mat is working. And I hit the eject button, and guess what was in there? That's right, my DDR CD. So, thank you, universe. Yes, so as a result of all of these things, today I am going to do some DDR. Do you know how in families there are these stories that are kind of like, not legendary, but people tell them a lot about you? There's a DDR story about me that my family loves, which is we used to have this school fair at my elementary school, and they had DDR. And my little sister, so she's 3 years younger than me, she had this friend who was also doing DDR. And then I think I challenged him to a DDR off. The timeline in my head isn't so clear. But because I had been doing so well, the guy running the DDR was like, don't accept that, man. She's absolutely gonna like kill you. But he did accept, and we had a DDR off, and I absolutely choked and lost to him so badly. And like, she still brings it up. My sister still brings it up. She's like, hey, do you remember that time that you absolutely sucked at DDR against my friend? And I'm like, oh, sir, like, how could I forget? Other relevant information should be that I took ballet as one of my phys ed requirements in college, and I was so bad. My teacher gave me like a 7-minute long speech in front of the whole class about how I wasn't trying. And then I cried and was like, I am trying. I'm just really bad. And the last bit of relevant information about my level of dance is I was just in a musical at school, and we were learning choreography, and there was a part that we just had to like walk around ourselves in a circle. And I couldn't figure it out to the extent that the choreographer had to come over and like push me around in a circle. And he was like, it's just that. And I was like, thank you. So, wow. Yeah, check that out. All right, so I am set up. I am ready to go. I'm gonna get started and let's see how this goes. All right, so this is a classic DDR song. This is also the song that I absolutely tanked against like a 6-year-old. So I think I'm gonna start with this, have a little bit of redemption, and we'll go from there. Oh no. Okay. Do you know what? I was actually really nervous. One of my big problems with DDR is that I've got terrible balance. So I start to like wobble a lot. And I was like, whew. But you know what? I started off a little slow, but I picked it up. I got a B. I'll take it. Let's move on. Oh no! Another B. Oh my God, do you know what? I'll take it. That's a good one. You got to experience my patented hopping technique and also a moment where I almost slid off the mat. So that's a pretty typical Elena Faverio DDR. I'm also like horrifically unfit. I feel like I'm going to die. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna get serious for this last one. I'm gonna do an expert that I've got experience with, so I'm not absolutely gonna destroy myself, but I am gonna get serious. So everyone be ready. Serious mode engaged. All right, here we go. Oh my God. I'm sweating like it's my day job. Okay, here we go. Okay. B. The ceiling is here, and I encountered it with my hands. Right, so another moment of like Faverio family legend is the first year I had this DDR mat. Again, on New Year's, we came down, me and my sisters and my cousin Emma, and we were all playing it. And we wanted to like do a really hard song. So we put on the song I'm about to do. We put it on challenge. Each of us took an arrow, and we still failed. What? I'm gonna do my best. Right, so there we have it. With my badge of honor behind me, this has been another episode of Board and Quarantine with Helena Faverio, coming to you from my childhood home, my childhood basement, and my childhood pastime, DDR. I hope that everyone is staying well, staying busy, and staying home. Take care of yourselves. If you ever did DDR, let me know in the comments what your favorite song to do was, and if you have any tragic, embarrassing DDR stories. I can't be the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only one. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.